step into the witty and sophisticated world of Frasier, 1993 to 2004, the beloved sitcom that charmed audiences with its sharp humor, unforgettable characters, and timeless storytelling. From Frasier's neurotic brilliance to Niles' eccentric charm and the witty banter that filled every scene, the show became a cultural phenomenon. Behind the laughter, however, were talented actors whose performances brought the Crane family and their friends to life. Sadly, some of these cherished stars have tragically passed away, leaving fans to reflect on their remarkable careers and personal lives. Join us as we honor the Frasier cast, revisit their most memorable moments, and explore the enduring legacy they left on television comedy that continues to resonate with audiences decades later. John Mahoney was born on June 20, 1940, in Blackpool, England, and stepped into the role of Martin Crane in Frasier in 1993 at the age of 53. On screen, Martin was the grounded, sardonic, and deeply relatable father to Frasier and Niles, a retired Seattle police officer whose working-class pragmatism constantly collided with his son's intellectual pretensions, yet whose warmth and understated humor won the hearts of viewers. Mahoney's own life was layered with complexity. He moved to the United States as a young man, navigating cultural displacement and the challenge of establishing an acting career far from his native England, while also confronting periods of depression and profound loneliness. Childhood and early adult experiences included a working-class upbringing, early exposure to wartime austerity, and a sense of displacement that contributed to a reflective, sometimes melancholic temperament. Professionally, Mahoney faced the usual vicissitudes of stage and screen acting, enduring the uncertainty of auditions, the challenge of sustaining a career in theater, and the occasional lack of recognition for nuanced character work, yet he also achieved significant triumphs, including a Tony Award and enduring collaboration with the Steppenwolf Theater Company. Off-screen, he remained intensely private, never marrying, with friendships and mentorships forming the cornerstone of his personal life. Despite this, he cultivated resilience, turning personal isolation into an empathetic, textured understanding of character that enriched every performance. Mahoney passed away on February 4, 2018, in Chicago, Illinois, from complications of throat cancer at age 77. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated around $16 million, accumulated through decades of stage and screen work, and his legacy persists in the depth, warmth, and authenticity he brought to television and theater, influencing generations of actors and endearing him to audiences who found in Martin Crane both humor and humanity. Conrad Janis was born on February 11, 1928, in New York City, and appeared in Frasier in 1997 as Albert, a jazz-loving patron of the social scene, at age 69. Albert was eccentric, cultured, and effortlessly charming, embodying a refined sensibility that mirrored Janis's own lifelong devotion to jazz. Growing up in New York, Janis navigated the complexities of an urban upbringing during the Great Depression, a period marked by economic hardship and familial instability that shaped his resilience and fostered an early love for music as both escape and expression. His professional path intertwined acting and musicianship, creating both opportunities and frustrations. Typecasting, intermittent work in Hollywood, and the tension between mainstream recognition and artistic fulfillment challenged him, while his unwavering dedication to trombone performance and founding of the Beverly Hills Unlisted Jazz Band showcased his tenacity. Personal life included 3 marriages, punctuated by grief and loss, particularly the death of his third wife Maria Grimm in 2021, which underscored the fragile balance between public success and private vulnerability. Janis's response to personal and professional hurdles was marked by perseverance, cultivating a dual legacy in music and screen acting, and maintaining active performance well into his later years. He died on March 1, 2022, in Los Angeles at age 94. His net worth was estimated around $2 to $3 million, modest in comparison to his cultural contribution, yet his true legacy is encapsulated in decades of performance, mentorship of younger musicians, and the fusion of artistic disciplines that enriched American jazz and television history. Alice Playten was born on August 28, 1947, in New York City, and appeared in Frasier in 1999 as Bonnie, a whimsical and eccentric character whose high-pitched voice and idiosyncratic mannerisms brought a surreal comic energy to her scene. Playten's early life was shaped by urban hardships and chronic illness. Diagnosed with juvenile diabetes, she faced health challenges that required daily vigilance while simultaneously nurturing a precocious passion for performance. Her childhood experiences of limitation and discipline cultivated a fierce dedication to craft, enabling her to overcome societal expectations and carve a niche in Broadway, television, and voice acting, with credits spanning Gypsy, Hello, Dolly, and Seussical, as well as animated series like Doug and My Little Pony. Despite these accomplishments, her personal life remained intensely private, marked by her marriage to director Joshua White and quiet resilience in the face of disease. Playten endured the intersection of professional demand and ongoing health struggles with characteristic determination, creating performances that combined vulnerability, energy, and humor. She died on June 25, 2011, in Manhattan at age 63 from heart failure, compounded by pancreatic cancer and complications of long-term juvenile diabetes. Her net worth was modest, likely under $1 million, reflecting the financial realities of character acting, yet her legacy is profound. She demonstrated the transformative potential of voice and physicality in performance, influenced generations of stage and screen performers, and remains remembered for her indelible contribution to American entertainment, particularly in roles that celebrated eccentricity and emotional authenticity. Phil Donahue, born on December 21, 1935, in Cleveland, Ohio, appeared in Frasier in 1999 at age 64 as Larry, a boisterous, football-obsessed husband whose blunt, everyman humor sharply contrasted with Frasier Crane's cultivated, intellectual demeanor. On screen, Larry's no-nonsense approach and willingness to challenge Frasier's obsessive etiquette offered a comedic mirror to the neurotic and elite world of the Crane household, making him both a source of levity and a subtle critique of class pretensions. Donahue's own upbringing was rooted in modest, working-class surroundings, with parents who stressed the importance of hard work but struggled with financial instability, instilling in him both empathy and a drive to question authority. His early exposure to the struggles of ordinary Americans fueled his later revolutionary approach to daytime television, where he pioneered audience participation and tackled controversial subjects ranging from civil rights to the Vietnam War, often courting public and political backlash. Despite his trailblazing work, Donahue endured professional setbacks, including being fired from MSNBC in 2003 due to his vocal opposition to the Iraq War, a move that sparked national debate and personal reflection on the cost of speaking truth to power. His personal life combined public recognition with private complexity. Married to actress Marla Thomas since 1980, he navigated blended family dynamics with 5 children from a previous marriage, managing both the demands of visibility and the quiet challenges of domestic life. Through periods of controversy, public scrutiny, and personal negotiation, Donahue demonstrated resilience, using his platform to engage audiences in dialogue about social justice, politics, and the ethics of media, leaving a legacy of innovation and influence. He passed away on August 18, 2024, with an estimated net worth of $25 million. Beyond financial success, his enduring impact on journalism and cultural conversation solidifies him as a figure who reshaped American media, inspiring generations to value civic engagement and the pursuit of truth. René Auberjonois, born on June 1, 1940, in New York City, appeared in Frasier in 2001 at age 61, as Drive William Tewksbury, a meticulous, emotionally detached psychiatrist whose unflinching insight forced Frasier Crane to confront long-suppressed vulnerabilities, exposing his insecurities and self-delusions. Tewksbury's razor-sharp intellect and subtle, almost menacing delivery established him as a narrative device capable of holding a mirror to the audience's own anxieties, exemplifying Auberjonois' ability to balance authority with understated menace. Growing up in an aristocratic family with deep ties to arts and culture, Auberjonois experienced both privilege and the burden of expectation, the pressure to excel in highbrow artistic pursuits and the subtle social codes of Manhattan's elite shaped his discipline, fostering a meticulous attention to craft and an internalized demand for perfection. His career, spanning theater, television, and film, was punctuated by triumphs such as Tony Award-winning performances in iconic television roles like Odo in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, yet he also encountered professional obstacles, including typecasting, critical missteps, and the challenge of balancing stage rigor with television deadlines, producing moments of personal doubt and introspection. Privately, Auberjonois maintained a discreet life, avoiding scandal while cultivating relationships within the theatrical community. He married Judith Mihaly in 1963, navigating the pressures of dual careers and public expectation. Facing illness in later years, he battled metastatic lung cancer with characteristic composure, passing on December 8, 2019, in Los Angeles at age 79. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated at $5 million, accumulated through decades of sustained artistic achievement. His enduring legacy encompasses transformative performances across multiple media, mentorship of younger actors, and a body of work marked by intellectual rigor, emotional depth, and an unwavering commitment to excellence, leaving behind a rich, multifaceted contribution to the cultural and artistic landscape of the 20th century. Rosemary Murphy, born on January 13, 1925, in Munich, Germany, appeared in Frasier in 1997 at age 72 as Carol Larkin, a sophisticated and socially discerning neighbor whose dry wit and subtle condescension brought tension and humor to the Crane household. Murphy's portrayals were defined by precision, elegance, and an ability to convey complex character psychology with minimal gestures, creating memorable performances even in brief appearances. Her childhood was overshadowed by the political upheavals of interwar Germany. She experienced displacement and the struggles of adapting to life in the United States, encountering both financial hardship and cultural marginalization. These early experiences shaped her resilience, sensitivity, and her nuanced understanding of human behavior, which she channeled into her stage and screen work. Professionally, Murphy achieved critical acclaim with multiple Tony nominations, an Emmy win for Eleanor and Franklin, and iconic roles in films such as To Kill a Mockingbird, yet she contended with systemic limitations imposed on women in mid-20th century theater and Hollywood, navigating typecasting in intermittent periods of underemployment while maintaining high artistic standards. She remained unmarried and childless, channeling her emotional and intellectual energies entirely into her craft, building a life of quiet independence. Murphy passed away on July 5, 2014, in New York City from esophageal cancer at age 89, leaving a net worth estimated between $100,000 and $1 million. Her legacy is a testament to the power of disciplined artistry. She shaped theatrical and televisual storytelling through rigorous technique, subtle character work, and a refusal to compromise on quality, leaving behind untold stories of perseverance, resilience, and an understated yet profound impact on American performance art that continues to influence actors and audiences alike. Piper Laurie, born on January 22, 1932, appeared in Frasier in 1994 at age 62 as Mary Ann, a concerned and witty mother who called into Frasier's radio show seeking guidance about her daughter's romantic entanglements. On screen, Mary Ann combined anxiety with sharp humor, her old-fashioned sensibilities contrasting with Frasier's modern, psychoanalytical approach, creating a memorable and heartfelt comedic moment that resonated with audiences. Laurie was born Rosetta Jacobs in Detroit, Michigan, into a family that faced financial insecurity and social pressures. She endured a childhood marked by strict parental expectations, early rejection in Hollywood auditions, and subtle cultural prejudices, experiences that instilled in her a blend of resilience, vulnerability, and self-discipline. Her personal life was filled with high-profile relationships and complicated dynamics, including a widely noted romance with Ronald Reagan and a long marriage to critic Joe Morgenstern, experiences that exposed her to the volatile intersections of fame, power, and personal desire. Professionally, Laurie navigated both triumphs and setbacks. Nominated for 3 Academy Awards, she won an Emmy and a Golden Globe, yet faced periods of industry neglect and critical snubs, with occasional tensions on set and friction over challenging roles. Despite these pressures, she reinvented herself repeatedly, embracing roles in Carrie, Twin Peaks, and The Hustler that revealed her fearless artistic instincts, often channeling personal adversity into nuanced performances that melded vulnerability and strength. Laurie passed away on October 14, 2023 in Los Angeles at age 91 after a period of declining health, leaving an estimated net worth of $10 million, encompassing real estate, royalties, and residuals. Her legacy is both artistic and cultural, a model of longevity in Hollywood, an actress who transcended typecasting, and a figure whose career quietly chronicled the challenges and triumphs of women navigating fame, personal turbulence, and creative evolution. Christopher Durang, born on February 1, 1949, appeared in Frasier in 1996 at age 47 as Rudy, a neurotic and unpredictable character whose eccentricities brought a sharp, absurdist humor to the episode. Rudy's frantic energy and emotional volatility mirrored the darkly comedic sensibilities that Durang had cultivated as a Tony Award-winning playwright, where his work often dissected family dysfunction, religious absurdity, and societal pretensions. Durang was born in Montclair, New Jersey, to a middle-class family that valued intellect and performance, yet his childhood was shadowed by the pressures of high expectations, subtle social marginalization, and an early awareness of difference that shaped his penchant for satire and irreverence. His personal life included a long-term partnership and marriage to fellow playwright John Augustine, a relationship that was both a source of stability and creative collaboration, though it existed within the challenges of navigating a conservative society less accepting of same-sex partnerships during his early career. Durang's life was punctuated by professional highs, critically acclaimed plays, influence on contemporary theater, teaching appointments, and personal lows, including health struggles later in life, culminating in complications from logopenic progressive aphasia, a form of Alzheimer's disease. He met these adversities with his characteristic wit and resilience, continuing to write, mentor, and influence younger artists even as his body failed him. Durang died on February 4, 2024 in Pipersville, Pennsylvania, at age 75, leaving an estimated net worth of $3 to $5 million, a sum reflective of his decades of writing, directing, and teaching. His legacy is indelible, a fearless interrogator of human absurdity, a champion for marginalized voices, and a figure whose work on stage and screen continues to challenge audiences to laugh while confronting uncomfortable truths about society and self. Linden Chiles, born on March 22, 1933, appeared in Frasier in 2002 at age 69 as the Dean of Admissions, a formal and subtly judgmental academic who evaluated Freddie Crane's school application, bringing understated gravitas and dry wit to the series' elite intellectual milieu. Chiles was born Truman Linden Chiles in St. Louis, Missouri, into a family navigating economic constraints and traditional Midwestern values, with a childhood shaped by modest means, frequent moves, and early encounters with authority that instilled in him a blend of discipline, curiosity, and self-restraint. His life was punctuated by both triumph and tragedy. Service in the U.S. Army offered structure and opportunity, while professional pursuits demanded relentless perseverance, leading to decades of steady work on television in Perry Mason, The Twilight Zone, and Murder, She Wrote, often without the glamour or recognition of Hollywood stardom. Off-screen, he faced personal challenges including isolation inherent in long-term character work, and the emotional toll of dedicating himself to craft over personal notoriety. Chiles responded by cultivating a reputation for professionalism, mentorship, and reliability, quietly influencing colleagues and leaving an imprint on the fabric of television storytelling. Tragically, he died on May 15, 2013 in Topanga, California, at age 80 following a fall from the roof of his home. His net worth at the time of death was modest, likely under $1 million, reflecting a career focused on consistency and depth rather than fame. Chiles' legacy lies in his craftsmanship, a consummate character actor who brought authenticity, intelligence, and understated humor to every role, leaving behind a body of work that continues to define quality television acting and quietly shaping the medium for generations to come. Mako, born Makoto Iwamatsu on December 10, 1933 in Kobe, Japan, appeared in Frasier in 1994 as Sam Tanaka, a sharp, discerning book publisher whose interactions with Frasier and Niles catalyzed a comedic yet insightful exploration of sibling rivalry and professional ambition. On screen, Tanaka combined pragmatism with subtle humor, and Mako's portrayal lent the character a depth that transcended his brief appearances, leaving a lasting impression on audiences who valued his quiet intensity and intellectual presence. Born into a turbulent Japan on the eve of war, Mako's childhood was marked by the upheavals of World War II. He survived the hardships of occupation, the loss of stability, and early exposure to xenophobia and anti-Asian prejudice after emigrating to the United States. These formative experiences instilled resilience and a profound awareness of cultural identity, shaping his nuanced performances and dedication to representing Asian Americans authentically. Professionally, Mako faced the systemic limitations imposed on Asian actors in Hollywood, often relegated to stereotypical or minor roles, yet he leveraged his talent to co-found East West Players, a pioneering theater group promoting Asian American voices. Alongside groundbreaking work on stage and screen, he endured personal struggles, including health challenges culminating in his esophageal cancer diagnosis. Even amid adversity, Mako continued acting, voicing characters like Aku in Samurai Jack and Iroh in Avatar: The Last Airbender, blending gravitas, humor, and humanity. Mako passed away on July 21, 2006 in Solis, California, at 72. His net worth at death was estimated around $1 to $2 million, encompassing earnings from theater, television, film, and voice work. His legacy endures in his artistic excellence, his contributions to cultural representation, and his mentorship of generations of actors navigating Hollywood's racial barriers, leaving an indelible mark on American entertainment and Asian American visibility. Joe DeWinter, born Juanita Maria Johanna Dawsat on March 5, 1921 in Sacramento, California, appeared in Frasier in 1994 as Mrs. Greenway, a sophisticated and assertive figure whose presence injected class and subtle tension into the episode. Mrs. Greenway's poised exterior masked the complexity Joe brought to the role. Decades of life experience, resilience, and insight radiated through every line and gesture. DeWinter grew up in a California household during the Great Depression, confronting economic scarcity, social constraint, and the pressures of conformity that demanded emotional restraint. Tragedy punctuated her life. In 1974, she endured the devastating loss of her son and daughter-in-law in a car accident, while her husband, a decorated Air Force officer, survived years as a POW during World War II, leaving indelible emotional scars that she navigated with stoicism and dignity. Professionally, she built a steady career across radio, stage, film, and television, often cast in roles that required poise and subtlety, though she faced periods of limited opportunity and industry bias against older actresses. She confronted these challenges by mentoring younger actors, embracing community work, and maintaining a disciplined work ethic, never succumbing to scandal despite the personal turmoil she endured. Joe DeWinter died on January 17, 2016 in Los Angeles at 94. Her net worth was modest, likely under $1 million, reflecting a lifetime of steady craft rather than celebrity excess. Her legacy lies in her unwavering professionalism, her embodiment of grace under adversity, and the authenticity she brought to roles that might otherwise have been overlooked, quietly shaping American television and leaving a lasting impression of elegance and resilience. Lincoln Kilpatrick, born on February 12, 1932 in St. Louis, Missouri, appeared in Frasier in 1994 as Artie Walsh, Martin Crane's estranged former police partner, a character defined by toughness, loyalty, and the weight of unspoken regret. Kilpatrick infused Artie with authenticity, portraying a man shaped by years of service, loss, and complex friendships, leaving audiences with a nuanced understanding of long-term camaraderie and reconciliation. Born into a segregated St. Louis, Kilpatrick faced early racial prejudice, economic hardship, and limited opportunity, experiences that profoundly influenced both his activism and his artistry. He became the first African-American member of the Lincoln Center Repertory Company and co-founded the Kilpatrick Cambridge Theater Arts School to mentor young black actors and advocate for equitable representation. Kilpatrick's personal life was punctuated by the ongoing struggle to balance professional achievement with systemic discrimination, and while he avoided public scandal, he confronted societal marginalization and personal disappointment throughout his career. Despite these challenges, he remained dedicated to performance, appearing in Soylent Green, The Omega Man, and numerous television projects, using each role to push boundaries and explore the human condition. He passed away on May 18, 2004 in Los Angeles at 72 from lung cancer. His net worth at death was estimated around $1 to $2 million, accumulated through decades of theater, television, and film work. Kilpatrick's enduring legacy rests on his pioneering contributions to African American representation in the arts, his mentorship of generations of actors, and the moral and emotional depth he brought to every performance, leaving a cultural and artistic imprint that extends far beyond his on-screen appearances. William Morgan Sheppard was born on August 24, 1932, in London, England, and appeared in Frasier in 1995 as Mr. Drake, a refined, discerning gentleman whose approval Frasier and Niles desperately sought within an exclusive club. On screen, Sheppard's presence radiated sophistication and subtle intimidation, his deep, resonant voice and impeccable timing creating a character who epitomized the social elite while highlighting the neuroses of the Crane brothers. Behind the camera, Sheppard's early life was marked by the upheaval of World War II in London, which instilled resilience but exposed him to trauma and loss that would later surface in the depth of his performances. Trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art and a former Merchant Navy serviceman, he faced early career struggles including typecasting and the grueling instability of theater life, and endured the pressure of balancing a long-distance family life while traveling for work. Sheppard overcame these obstacles with relentless dedication, performing in diverse productions from Shakespeare to contemporary television, often mentoring younger actors, including his son, Mark Sheppard, while maintaining a personal life deliberately shielded from scandal. Even in later years, he continued acting, lending his gravitas to Star Trek, Babylon 5, and other projects, showing a rare blend of professional consistency and adaptability. Sheppard passed away on January 6, 2019, in Los Angeles at age 86. His net worth was estimated at $1 to $2 million, comprising residuals, property, and savings. Beyond the material, his legacy lies in his vast body of work, mentorship, and the quiet but unmistakable authority he brought to every role, leaving untold stories of discipline, artistic courage, and familial devotion behind the scenes. Robert Prosky was born on December 13, 1930, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and appeared in Frasier in 1996 as T.H. Houghton, a reclusive literary figure whose friendship with Martin Crane triggered envy and admiration from the Crane brothers. Houghton's on-screen persona, eccentric, introspective, and emotionally fragile, reflected the layered humanity Prosky infused into all his performances, making brief appearances resonate deeply with audiences. Prosky's childhood was shaped by the struggles of a working-class family in Depression-era Philadelphia, where economic scarcity and early exposure to social inequities fostered resilience and a sharp observational sense that would inform his acting. His professional life was both prolific and tumultuous. Over 100 stage credits and significant film roles were balanced with near misses and the challenges of sustaining consistent work in a competitive industry, occasionally provoking frustration and tension in professional circles. Prosky navigated personal tragedy, including the long-term illness and eventual loss of close family members, as well as the pressures of a demanding career while raising a family. Yet he maintained artistic integrity, channeling life's adversities into nuanced performances and quietly shaping theater and television communities through mentorship. He passed away on December 8, 2008, in Washington, D.C., at age 77 due to complications from heart surgery. His estimated net worth was $2 to $3 million, reflecting decades of disciplined work. Prosky's enduring legacy encompasses not just his memorable screen moments but also the subtle, humanistic influence he exerted on colleagues and audiences alike, leaving behind stories of perseverance, depth, and devotion to craft that often went unspoken outside industry circles. Scott Atkinson, whose birth date is not publicly confirmed, appeared in Frasier in 1996 as Clive, Daphne's ex-fiancé, in the episode The Two Mrs. Cranes, portraying a character whose charm, naivety, and unsuspecting nature catalyzed one of the show's most memorable comedic disasters. On screen, Atkinson's British accented performance combined awkward sophistication with impeccable timing, eliciting laughter while also humanizing a character caught in the chaos of the Crane household's web of lies. Atkinson's early life, while less documented, included rigorous training in theater that shaped his command of classic roles such as Pygmalion, instilling a discipline that would later serve him in screen work. His career, though marked by modest recognition, encompassed significant stage work and smaller television appearances, yet he faced challenges common to character actors: intermittent employment, geographic relocation pressures, and the constant need to prove himself amidst typecasting. He appears to have led a private life, with few publicized scandals, though like many in his profession, he likely endured the personal strains of inconsistent work and financial uncertainty. Atkinson's later years were quieter, focused on stage contributions and intermittent screen roles, maintaining his craft without seeking the spotlight. He passed away in early 2021, with a net worth estimated under $1 million, reflecting a lifetime devoted to heartfelt, if understated, contributions to theater and television. His legacy survives in the memorable, singularly human performances he brought to audiences, particularly in Frasier, where Clive's hapless charm remains a testament to Atkinson's comedic intelligence, dedication, and nuanced understanding of character, leaving behind unspoken stories of perseverance, adaptability, and subtle artistry. Though time has passed, the laughter they gave us still echoes. The cast of Frasier brought joy to millions, and even though some of them are no longer with us, their performances live on. As we remember those we've lost, we also celebrate the legacy they left behind, one that continues to entertain and connect generations. Thank you for joining us in honoring these unforgettable stars. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tributes to the legends of television history.